Everybody, TC here once again with the Formula One 1992 Grid 100 card set. I promised this, well, I did the preview of this a few days ago, so here we go. Try to make this as short as possible. So, there's another look at the box. 92. Pretty cool set. I don't know if this was the first Formula One set, but it's probably pretty close. These are all stacked in here. Hang on there, buddy. Okay, got them out of the box. This is actually a 200 card set. So, I misspoke a little there. Put these out of the way. Okay. These are high to low, or low to high, rather. Matter of fact, let me just flip it over so I don't have to flip each card. Perry McCarthy. That's one name I do not remember. Okay. Roberto Moreno. Mauricio Gugelmin. I shouldn't have any problem pronouncing all these names. I've heard them a million times because I watched this stuff back in the mid-'80s all the way until, I don't even know when. I still am, actually. Stefano Modena. Make sure I get these right. Yeah. Ukyo Katayama, Japanese driver. Bertrand Gachot. Ivan Capelli, Atari, and Italian driver. John Alesi. Also, no, he was French, actually, but he drove for Atari, or for Ferrari, not Atari. Eric Comas. A lot of you have probably never heard these names. If you haven't been around more than, say, 35 years. Terry Boutsen. Gianni Morbidelli. Christian Fittipaldi. Pier Luigi Martini. I believe he was Italian. JJ Leto. And who do we have here? This is Martin Brundle, English driver. Aaron Michael Schumacher. Unfortunately, what happened to him in the 2010-12, whatever it was. Might have been before that when he got in a skiing accident after he retired. Paul Belmondo. Carl Wendlinger. Gabriele Tarquini, another Italian driver. Andrea Chiesa. Don't remember that one. Johnny Herbert. That's why I couldn't pronounce that one real good, because I don't remember that name. Mika Hakkinen. Still see him around the track every once in a while when they do a broadcast. Aguri Suzuki. Another Japanese driver. Michele Alboreto. Giovanna Amati. Damon Hill, another English driver. Either one or two-time champion, I can't remember. Eric Vanderpool. Ricardo Patrese. Champion in the 80s, a couple, 3 times. Nigel Mansell. I think he had at least one championship that I remember. Andrea De Cesaris. Everybody called him De Crasheris. Wasn't that bad a driver, he just had a bad car for most of his career. Who we got here? Olivier Gouillard. Gerhard Berger, German driver, also. Got in a bad fire and wreck at Imola, I believe it was. Ayrton Senna. Of course, everybody knows Ayrton Senna. Most people do. Perry McCarthy. Roberto Moreno. Mauricio Gugelmin again. Stefano Modena. Ukyo Katayama again, showing what he looks like. These are all portraits of the drivers. Bertrand Gachot. There's Ivan Capelli. John Alesi. A lot of them I can tell you who they are just by looking at their faces. Okay, who we got here? Eric Comas. Terry Boutsen. He was a think Belgian driver. Could be wrong. Might have been Dutch. Gianni Morbidelli, Christian Fittipaldi, Pierluigi Martini. Hang on, I got these going backwards. Oh well, too late. JJ Leto. Whoop. Martin Brundle again. There's Michael Schumacher, really young. This is 92, so I don't know what he was then. Probably about 25, 24. Paul Belmondo. Carl Wendlinger again. Gabriele Tarquini again. Andrea Chesa, and Johnny Herbert. Mika Hakkinen. Guri Suzuki. Alboreto. Giovanna Amati. Don't know how long she was in. Not very freaking long, I know that. I didn't even remember her. Damon Hill. Eric Vanderpool. Ricardo Patrese again. There's Nigel. Andrea Cesaris. Olivier Guillard. Gerhard Berger. Ayrton Senna. They both were teammates at the time. Andrea Moda. Okay, what do we have here? This is a car. This is Andrea Moda again. That's weird. Different car though. To Judd. Yamaha. Lucio Guglielmin. Jordan. Stefano Modena. These are the names of the companies they drove for. Venturi, Lamborghini, Bertrand Gachot. Again, Katayama is his teammate. Ivan Capelli, Ferrari. And teammate John Alesi. Eric Comas for the Ligier. Terry Boutsen, his teammate. Gianni Morbidelli, Minardi. And his teammate, Christian Fittipaldi. Pierluigi Martini, a Ferrari. And his teammate, JJ Leto, also Ferrari. Okay. I might get away with 15 minutes on this one. Benetton, Martin Brundle. It's the camel livery. Michael Schumacher, when he first started, that was, well, I think that was his second year. Maybe, I think it was his second year, 92. Then he went on to drive for Ferrari and I forget who else. Paul Belmondo, March. And his teammate, Carl Wendlinger. Gabriele Tarquini, Fond Metal. Well, that's one I hadn't heard in a long time, Fond Metal. His teammate, Andrea Chesa. Johnny Herbert, the Lotus. Mika Hakkinen, the other Lotus. Footwork, Arrows. No, it's the Footwork, Toshiba. I'm used to it being the Arrows. Guri Suzuki. And his teammate, Michele Alboreto. Brabham, Giovanni Amati. Brabham Judd. His teammate, Damon Hill. Wait a minute. Got one wrong there. It was only one. Okay, that's weird. Card number 8, Brabham Judd. And Vanderpool to Brabham. This is Ricardo Patrese, Williams. That might have been who Michael Schumacher drove for once, was Williams. I can't remember out of him. And another Williams, Nigel Mansell. Both English drivers, I believe. Let's see, what was he? No, Ricardo Patrese, not English. Andre de Cesaris, Tyrrell. The other Tyrrell, Olivier Guillard. And, of course, number 1 and 2, Gerhard Berger, McLaren, number 2. And Ayrton Senna, the number 1. And those were the numbers they finished in the championship, I believe, 1 and 2. That's why they got the number 1 and 2 on them. Or the card number 1 and 2, I believe. Could be one of the reasons. Okay, what do we got here? These are action. This is an action shot. Here's Michael Andretti when he was testing. Sakura Nakajima, Adelaide shot. Hurt in a crash at Adelaide. Was Amanda Mansell in 1991. October 91, Alain Prost. Fired by Ferrari. Yeah, when he was riding with, actually he was teammates with Senna in the McLaren, and then again also I believe in the, or he moved to Ferrari. Here we have Balestre loses a FISA election. September 91, Nelson Piquet's 200th Grand Prix in Monza. 91, Michael Schumacher, Formula One debut. There we go, 91. In the, what is it? At Spa, he was driving the, what is he driving? The Jordan, right. Bertrand Gachot, 15 of 91. April 15, 91. August 15, 91, okay. Another shot, Nigel Mansell beat Sterling Moss record at Magny-Cours, France. That was the qualifying record, probably. Jordan's first points, Montreal in 91. That's a shame because they had been riding, since 86 or 87, I think, when they started in Formula One. Took them 4 years to get points. Woo. Prost spins out before start of the San Marino Grand Prix in 91. That's a shame. March 91, Goodyear 250 GP win at Sao Paulo. That's Senna with the yellow helmet. Also Senna, 29th win at the Sao Paulo, okay, 91. McLaren Honda, good job of that. I think Senna's first win was in, I don't know exactly, I think it was mid-80s, 84, 85, might even been 86, I can't remember now. Maybe it'll show his first win on here. In these card set, I just don't recall. 82 Ferrari, that's a good shot. KK Rosberg. Nico Rosberg's old man. Nico's been retired now for, what, I don't know, about 10 years or probably close to it. That's a cool looking one. 72 Lotus. Don't know if that was Andretti or who that was. That's Fittipaldi, okay. Here's another Fittipaldi. That was the year he won. Let's see what year that he won. A championship record. A championship is what he won. Here's a 62 Brabham. That's cool. Wow. Graham Hill. There's another Graham Hill. That's the one we just looked at earlier. Who was a champion in the 90s, at least once. Damon Hill. That's his old man. Here's a Ferrari from 52. Wow. And who do we have here? Alberto Ascari. Wow. Cool shot. And who do we have here? Robbie Gordon, USA. I don't know why they're showing that. Eric Bachelard. Some of these might be they're kart drivers who tried in Formula One, I believe. There's Jimmy Vasser. He's now a car owner, has been for many years. Michael Bartels. Must be a test driver or something. Jordi Genet, don't know him. Oh, there's a good shot of Jacques Villeneuve Jr. He won, I think, twice championship in the 90s. Antonio Tamburini. Cool. Okay, it's going to probably be about 17, 8 minutes, it looks like. 17 or 18, because we're at 14 and a half now. Eddie Irvine. Alessandro Zanardi. Wow, looks young there. This is before he went to kart and won so much. Emmanuel Naspetti. Here, that's a good one, Paul Tracy. Here's a checklist. 101 through 200. Alan McNish. Well, I hadn't seen that name in a long, long time. I think he drives, or recently, within the last few years, was still driving the prototype cars. 24 Hours, Daytona, stuff like that. Rubens Barrichello. He's retired quite a while now. This is David Coulthard, another English driver. Here's Al Unser Jr. Martin Brundle. Says Mark Brundle. Okay, that's his brother. Davy Jones. Cool. There's Villeneuve again. That's the original Villeneuve. Another checklist. That's a cool looking Ferrari. That's probably early 80s. Gilles Villeneuve. Yeah, 81. There's another one. Wow. So much different, those cars. From 81 and 82 to about 85 or 6. Big difference. I never understood this wing, how that could even go fast because of that spacer right there. I just don't, that's weird to me, but it did. It sure did. Something, we're getting there. There's another Ferrari. Lots of Ferrari shots here. And of course McLaren. Or Honda, whichever. It's probably both. McLaren Honda is what it usually was at the years I remember watching it. Another Villeneuve. There's a whole tribute to him. There's a, I don't know what they call that. Can-Am, yeah. There's a cool one. That's a wicked car right there. Wow. Villeneuve drove a lot of cars. And I believe it was 84 when he was killed. I think it was 84. It might have been 82. But I believe it was 84. I know he was in the Ferrari. Dallara is the owner for that. Fond Metal owner. Another that's the Brabham owner, I believe. Andrea Sassetti. Andrea Moda. Ligier. Guy Ligier. Or Ligier, rather. That's the car company. Jackie Oliver from Footworks. Peter Collins, Lotus. Here's a famous, we've been around a lot. That's Ken Terrell. With this famous, yeah, there it is, with the six wheels, 2, 4, 5, 6. They outlawed that after a year, I believe. Charlie Moody from March. Giancarlo Minardi from the Minardi, or owner of Minardi. Jordan, Eddie Jordan, the owner of Jordan. Gerard Lewis, Venturini Lewis, or Venturi. Luca Montezemolo, Ferrari. He was the owner at that time, I believe. Tom Walkinshaw, Benetton. Ron Dennis, McLaren. Frank Williams, on the Williams. And here are some of the tracks. Australia, this is Adelaide. Suzuka, Japan. Let's see what else we got here. Estoril, Portugal. That's a pretty good one. I believe that track is still around. I can't remember if they did it this last year or if they quit doing it. I don't recall how. Who do we have here? This is Monza. It was cool when it was no chicane here and none there, or here. Talk about a fast track. Woo. Who do we have here? Belgium Grand Prix. Is this Spa? Yep. And what do we have here? This is the Hungaroring from Hungary, or in Hungary. Hockenheim, also the same thing with this. They put a chicane there, there, and there. I remember in the early 80s, they did not have a chicane there. Silverstone, England. Same with this. Chicane there. Magny-Cours, France. Oh, wow, they really... I remember I've got a game, Formula 1 game from 90 or 91, I believe, Commodore. And this here is straight, and it's also straight except for that right there. Made a lot of changes to that track. Canada. Monaco, that's always been the same, basically. I think they might have changed it a few times, or a couple of times in the last 30 years. San Marino, same deal with the chicanes. And who do we have here? Katayama, Spain. Brazil. Oop. Mexico. Different Mexico now than that one. Totally different track. South Africa, Kyalami. And let's see, here's some winner circle photos. Senna. There's the podium, all three. Senna, Patrese, and Berger. Patrese, Prost, and Mansell. John Alesi, Patrese, and Senna. Senna, Prost, Mansell. You find that most of these back then, they were like the same three, between 3 and 5 drivers winning every race pretty much, like it is now. Senna, Berger, Piquet. Patrese, Mansell, and Senna. Mansell, Prost, Senna. German Grand Prix, Patrese, Mansell, and Alesi. Mansell, Berger, Prost, British Grand Prix. Patrese, Mansell, Senna at Mexico. Canadian Grand Prix, Piquet, Modena, and Patrese. That might have been Modena's best finish right there. Mansell, Alesi, and Senna is the winner at Monaco. San Marino, Senna the winner, Berger, and J.J. Leito, that's a different name. Senna, Patrese, and Berger in the Brazilian Grand Prix. And the last card, which is card number 100, because I got them in backwards. Senna, Prost, and Piquet, USGP. So there you go. Hope you all enjoyed that. Rather lengthy. Sorry about that. If it hadn't been 200 cards, it would have probably only been about 13, 14 minutes. But let me know what y'all think. Leave a comment, like, subscribe if you haven't. Ring that bell, and later.